Right, so let's open this up. It is my new 3D printer. Excellent. 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 Right. I need to get myself organised here. So, what we got here? Hotbed, tools, scraper thing that comes with it as well. Assembly tools. Brackets and stuff like that. Nozzle control thing there. Looks like a little bit of filament to get started. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Some metal rails. Bracket of some kind. A plug with the wrong plug. I've obviously got that wrong. Many of these are throwaway. It's a bit of a waste. I keep chucking these out into the recycling, but it's a shame because, you know, somewhere in the world someone wants these plugs. Check that out. Let's move this that way. Alright, there's obviously the feed assembly and the traversal assemblies. Little switch there. QR code, okay. So it's obviously the feed for the filament goes through there. Spring loaded gripper, okay. So where's the guy that goes through there? It must pass through to this piece. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Some more bits and a threaded rail. Some partial frame there. Some of it's already put together, I believe. So it's not a complete assembly. There's a head there with the nozzle. It's already a bed which is already put together. Step motor. And obviously prepared or ready to go onto a frame. What's in here? Bits in here too. It's just the bracket part. Okay, I'm not sure what that's for. Guess I'll find out. And just try that frame there, put that frame there. I'll have to pull this piece here out next, I think. Controller. I'm surprised it's got an open back on it. But, okay. That's the display. Looks like Hitachi chips be under there, or Hitachi equivalent chips. So I think that's all these smaller bits out. Let's try and get the whole thing out there. So just trying to slide off the platform. Alright. Let's put this sun out for a second. Power supply. Interesting arrangement. Very interesting arrangement. Okay, so it's got a, well, it's called again XT60. There we go, XT60 condensers. Interesting setup. 230 volts, cool. This is set to the right voltage. LED power supply apparently. That's what it's using. 24 volt, 15 amp max. Cool. So if this ever fails, it's easy enough to replace it because it's a standard bloody 24 volt power supply. That's nice and easy. Let's have a look in there. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Novel. Novel idea of a way to do it. Not sure I like about being only secured at one end though. Anyway, sure it's fine. So I think that's everything out of the box. Can't see anything else tucked in here. Making sure. Yep, that's everything out. So let's reposition things. So, instructions are probably one of the things I want to read next. In this case I will actually read the instructions because, you know, it's a little bit different. Power supply one of the last things I do, so I shall chuck that to one side. Yeah, I'll leave it there. That's just the accessory scraper thing, I don't need that yet. So that looks like it's set as an SD card in there. It's probably a software. I don't know, I guess I'll figure that out in time. Okay. So there's like a pair of cutters in there. Yeah, there's a little pair of side cutters in there. Okay. And reassembly tools. Right, so we shall see how much of this I actually have to assemble. Because we've got the main deck here, by the looks of it. Some degree at least. Heated bed. And piece just fell off. Just a stop, it's fine. So this all goes together somehow. I just need to figure out how. So don't like how this bit's flopping around like this, it's probably not good. So control stuff there. Cable there. More cables down here. Let's try and untack all these. And get everything out. Okay. So yeah, that travels along here just fine. So a ribbon cable here which goes somewhere. Where's that going? That's wrapped around there. Let's bring it back around. It's coming from under there for some reason. Better levelling stuff there. Right, well, be sure. None of those just fell off. These might require some adhesive. Yeah, okay. These little plugs for the end of these beams. It's not a big deal. Bit of glue, put those on next time. Stop them coming off. It's only a minor thing. Right, you probably can't even see that in the shot actually. So what I'm referring to is these little plugs here. They're falling off. So it's only minor. Not a big deal. So I might need to rearrange my desk so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Did not touch the heated bed. Oh, I'm touching it. Touching it. Right. I need to stop being silly. Okay. I need to rearrange my desk so I can get some room to work. So let's just try and do that. And figure out where the hell I'm going to put everything. Marginally better. Okay. I'll read the instructions and I'll come back. Right, so let's start building this thing. Now, it comes with this base already pre-attached, which makes it a little easier. It feels fairly rigid, which is a good sign. Now, so we've got these vertical parts here, and I've got this threaded bar which is inside that tube there. Here's the instructions. I don't know how this is going to come out on camera, it's probably getting washed out a little bit. So if it is, I'm sorry about it, there's not much I can do. Problem with the webcam, I'm still waiting for my bits and pieces to turn up so I can set up my DSLR as a recording camera. So it's got the list of parts which I'm assuming have arrived, so I'm not going to bother checking them. I'll find out as I go, I suppose. It does identify what they are. So it's an M416 with a round head, M4x20 which has got a square head, M5x45 which has got a square head, 5x8 which has got a round head, and 5x25 which has got a square head as well. With some washers and so on, so that's all there hopefully. So apparently the first step is to, I reckon it takes 10 minutes or something like that. It's like, I don't think this is going to take 10 minutes. Maybe if you've built a few of them, then you know exactly how to build this particular thing, and yeah, that'll take 10 minutes then, but when you're trying to figure out how the thing goes together, I don't think so. Anyway, I reckon it'll take a little bit longer than that. So the two uprights you've got to do, left and right, which are held on by some screws, which are the M5x45s. So over here I've got these various parts. I'm not quite sure if these are valid, whether they're just spares, I don't know. So I open this lot up because it's got tools in here, which means I'd have to go and get my own ones out. So I've got a little side table thing here which I'm working on as well to put the bits on. Hopefully not lose anything. Right, so there's a whole bunch of bits in there, there's a belt and stuff in there too. If I can get the thing open, that'd be great. Come on. Right, so all individually bagged as well, looks of it. So there's the nuts, which I need for the top part, and there's some end plugs. Right, so they're all labelled, that's nice. Makes it easy, so trying to measure them. God, dropping over here. So, get this out of the way. It's only one of the bits I want right now, so it's M4x45s, sorry, M5x45s, which is these. And you've got the washers in there already. Like here it shows a plain washer, but it comes with split washers, which are locking washers, which would be better. What's got in here? So you've got those M4x16s, M4x14, 5x8s, 4x18, 4x20, and 5 nuts. That's those guide things for bolting things together. And 5x25 with washers already on them. So you have to sort of think, well, they've got all these different sizes of bolts. Couldn't they have standardised some of this and actually reduced the parts count? You know, they could have actually, well, reduced the bomb count. It's a standard manufacturing technique, because you standardise parts as much as you can, and you try and keep the same parts for everything. I mean, you got 4x14, 4x16, 4x18. We could have just made it so these holes are deep enough to take the 18mm and use one part. 4x20. So I mean, there's a few here that, well, obviously you've got some shorter ones here, you need those, but sometimes you look at this and think, well, these things are so close in size that you could probably just modify the design slightly and actually allow for a longer bolt, and just have the same one for everything, reduce the parts cost. Yeah. Anyway, that's just me waffling a little bit. So. Nothing to do with this, it's general waffle. So we want 5x45, which is what these are. 4 of them apparently. I've got 6 in that bag, so hopefully that's the right number. It shows 4, so it looks like there's probably spares. That's nice. So I have to bolt those uprights into here. Okay. washers. Okay. Supply tools. It's a nice little thing, so you don't have to supply your own tools. It's a nice detail, I like that. Maybe that one there. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's just shove this off to the side. Now, it's not completely clear when you look at this which uprights they mean, because they, you know, you could maybe interpret them, but you can kind of see there's two lines up the side there, so it'll be this one. Yeah. Now if we get them out of the packet. Right, so we have pre-drilled holes and pre-threaded holes in the ends. These holes are all pre-threaded. Pre-drills there. This is threaded both ends as well, and pre-drills here. So I need to make sure I get these the right orientation. Now it does just show it on here. It's really hard to see. It's not obvious. There's two little dots just there, which will be those two, and on the other one it's got two little dots there, which will be those two there. So that's the correct orientation, I believe. And again on this part you can just see the two dots there and there, so that's okay. So it's not obvious. It probably, you know, it does point it out here, but it's not overly obvious, but it's alright. So we'll put the left side on first. Now it's got to go through these holes that are here. So one there, bit of swarf come up through the hole. Don't want that on there and damage the threads. Aluminium doesn't like having bits of swarf. It's really bad for it. Let's chew it out. I'll try and get this threaded through. Always start things by hand. Never use a tool straight away. That way if you've got an issue with it binding up like I do right now, you can feel it. So bits of swarf open. There's bits of aluminium stuff on there which picked up when I went through the hole. Get those out of there. Okay. Try this again. I think I might have to stand it on its side for this. Might be easier like that. So, problems now I can't see what I'm doing. Right. Does it line up? No. There. There's where it lines up. Try and get one started and I'll get the other one on. If you feel it getting tight, don't force it. That's really bad. You'll damage the threads. If it gets tight, take it back out. Find out what's making it tight. And because it is only aluminium, don't over tighten it either, because it will just strip it out. You don't want to do that when you've got a nice new 3D printer and you ruin the bloody thing because you've forced it. And you always make sure that the thing is loose when you're trying to do the second one up. That way it self-aligns instead of trying to force it through, which could also damage the threads or cause it a cross thread or something. It's nice and firm. You've got to make sure those compression washers are compressed in order to lock properly. Just very slightly like that. There we go. One side. Let's do the other side. swarf out of there. That was an issue last time. Okay. Make sure we get this right around. Goes that way. Go on, get in there. There you go. So I'll probably edit a bunch of this stuff out, or maybe speed it up, I don't know, but anyway, we'll see. There's some variation there in the positioning, but not much. Come on, pick it up. Okay. Right, so that's the vertical uprights done. Well, most uprights are vertical, anyway. Okay. Step 2 is there. So it says to put the controller part on already. Really? I would have thought it would be one of the last things you do. And the power supply. I would have thought you'd be doing all these other little mechanical bits and pieces first. Because, I don't know. Maybe they end up being in the way or something. So we'll follow instructions. I just prefer to keep the fragile bits out of the way for the time being. Oh well. Okay, so we want the M5x8, which is these ones. Come on, these bags are so thick you can't just rub them like that to get them apart. We could try, I suppose, but I don't know, it did work. Cool. Right. I'm not sure if you even saw that actually. Right, so it's a slight omission from the drawing. I'll show you in a second. So here it shows the M4x8, 2 pieces, that's fine, and it shows M4x20, but there's no picture of the bolt, so it's not obvious you need the bolt. Once again, well, surely I can't put both things on with only 2 screws. So M4x20 as well for the power supply section. Let's see. Alright. So it goes on in there. Let's see, just like that. Again, I would have thought I'd be putting it on last. Oh well, that's what I've got. That's what I thought, different Allen key. Bit that one. I see that in camera, don't you? Get in there. Go on. Go. And try and get it straight because it's got a bit of slack in there. It'll bug me if it's not straight. Okay, power supply. There's probably those 2 bolts there, actually. Remember, I don't need to turn it around. So the orientation for this is side on like so. So it's got these 2 holes there and there, which should line up. It's actually hanging in the air. I would have thought See, to me, I would have put it right down there on the base like that, so it's sitting right down. I think it's supposed to be. Have I got this end piece on back to front? I think this is upside down. In which case it'll be, it'll line up like that. It kind of does. So with a small gap, yeah, I've got this rail on upside down. Let's take the bag off. I wasn't paying enough attention to the heights on those. That's fine. Minor detail. Turn it around like this and put it back on. You can probably see if I, you might be able to see the swarf on there, aluminium from that threading. In there. I want to get all that out of there so it doesn't bind up. Getting that crap out. Because you cannot have any rubbish at all in aluminium threads, I really don't like it. All I'm doing here is sticking my fingernail in the threads to dig it out. Alright. With any like variation in there for that. Okay, try again. So I need the M4x20, wasn't it? Which yeah. That's not going to work, is it? So, power supply that way up, like so, and bolt this on. No washers? Apparently not. See, this would have been easier without the display in the way. Surprised the display goes on first. Really, I mean, it's not. It doesn't need to be here at this stage. Don't know. Anyway, shouldn't really need to put it on until you're actually ready to plug it in. Really. Well, it's been a lot more than 10 minutes so far, isn't it? Said they're a bit optimistic about their time frames. Now, okay, next bit, step 3. Got to find this bracket thing on the switch on it. ZI smart as apparently. It's got to be bolted through onto the side frame over here. But it doesn't actually specify which bolts. Now, it shows these little bits here. Doesn't specify, so I'm going to have to educate your guess on this thing. And I'm going to assume, as it shows a round head bolt, and these are M5 nuts, and these are M5 round heads, these are what go with it. Or is it this one? There's only two. It's helpful. So I'm going to have to look ahead in the instructions and see what actually else is needed in other places. Let's look at mounting the drive. Doesn't show the bolts. And we've got all this lot to do yet. So if we use the wrong bolts in the wrong place, it's going to be a pain, isn't it? So this mentions M5 by 8s here, which is these. Two of those. I've only got 3 in the packet. And then we've got and the nuts. So this is for later on. So these are for later on, so it's not for that section there. Okay, right, so I'll put them to one side. It's one of the later steps. Make sure I put these in step order, use them and go backwards. 10 uses M5 by 25s, which is here. 4 of those. Looks like they give you spares, which is really nice. Seem to be extra ones for everything. So I'll put those there. Then we've got those with the washers, and 2 of those end cap things, which is okay. It's just trim. 9 doesn't use any bolts. 8 uses this thing, which is in that Mars bag, so that's fine. And it mentions these bolts here again. Okay. Ah, that's why it doesn't mention it. It's already on the bracket. Okay. Right, we'll go back. We'll go back again. So they're already mounted on the bracket. That's why it doesn't mention about getting parts. Okay. I'll show you. I'll show you. Here's the bracket. On the back, it's already been pre-assembled. So it would have been nice if it mentioned it as pre-assembled. Oh, anyway, never mind. That explains it. Okay. So be careful not to pull on that switch. It's a very small micro switch, that one. I haven't seen one that small before. I've seen slightly larger ones, but not that small. It's not dead straight, it's on a slight wonkiness where it's not been soldered in when it's been fully bedded. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's just, it should work fine with that. Okay, so we need to loosen this off. I'm not sure how much we're going to loosen it off by, but we'll go about halfway, I suppose. So I have to slide that into the rail and get it in the right place in the rail, which could be anywhere. Well, we'll see what happens. Right, around 32mm, it says here. From the bottom of the plate. Okay, 32mm. I'll just happen to have a ruler, which is handy. So it's easy enough. Mind you, this thing has feet on it. Is it allowed for the feet or not? Is it from the... I guess I'll find out if it doesn't activate properly. I'll have to base it on that. I was going to go straight from the bench top for now and set that 32mm there. Although this can tip a little bit, so that 32mm is a bit, who knows, maybe it's good enough. Try and get tight enough so it'll grip a bit better, and then, right, yeah, let's bang on 32 there actually. Cool. Let's just do this. Okay. I'll check on something quickly. Right, now, alright, so now we want step 4, which is over here, which is a motor, which I believe will be this one here. And T8, which is here. Is that with or without the tube? I would have thought without the tube because it's got a driver, hasn't it? So how does that go in here? Does that just sit in there? Looks like it. I've got to tighten it up, obviously, to make it grip. So I need to bolt that in with what? It isn't specified. That's helpful, isn't it? Okay, let's take this back out before I knock it off. So it's got countersunk bolts there. Obviously it's got to go to a mating pair of those T-slot nuts. It might be those ones. That set. Are they mentioned anywhere else? M4x14P. So this is M4x16. And M4x16. Not the same things. That's the only place they're mentioned. Well, they're not mentioned at all actually, so they're probably the right ones. M4x14. Okay, we'll go with those. Open! Open! Hey, here we go. Right. 10 minutes my arse. Alright. That's not the right one. It's winding up a little bit in there. That's better. That's a bit of swap in there. Oh, lost one. Where's that gone? There it is. Turn around the other way. Okay, let's slide this in. They can spin around in the slots, that's annoying. Why did I make them like that? Should have made them so they can't spin. Oh. Oh. Oh, you're kidding me. Really? See, what they should have done in the assembly instructions is told you to put the power supply on after putting this on. Because then you could have slid it down. Now I've got to try and get it through there and spin them around inside the slots. Yeah, okay. Oh, is it on now? I'm trying to put it on the wrong side. Ah, okay, right. I'll take that back. It goes over here. So the machine's now turned around, it goes over here. Okay, right, I'll take that back. I'll let them off that one. Ah, don't know. Okay, let's try this again. I guess it goes all the way down to the bottom. Doesn't specify dimension, so I'm guessing it does. Now that'll have to be straight. Now where's straight on this thing? Kind of wants to. There's two places it wants to sit, and I don't think either one's right. Yes, an angle there. It should be vertical. Otherwise, it will try and cock off the drive sideways a little bit, and you don't want that. Let's try and get something to see it, shall I? Don't know if I can. There you go. So I'm trying to get. So this is sitting vertical. Because if it's slightly off to one side, what will happen is this shaft here will also be off to one side. I don't know if you can see that in there, but it's actually come off at an angle. You see that? So you have to make sure that this is aligned vertically, so it's dead vertical on here. Otherwise it will be putting extra wear and tear on the machine, and may actually cause it to bind up and stuff like that. So let's try and get this vertical. I mean, there's a little bit of play in here anyway, but I'm going to aim for vertical. Getting things aligned properly is always a matter of importance, really. I mean, you should always try and get things lined up right, don't just snap it together. This is binding up in the cap screw holes. So I think that's pretty much there. That looks pretty vertical. Got a bit of play in there, so I'm trying to sort of average the play out. That seems about right. So I'll tighten it right up. I think we're good there. Should be okay. Yep, that's not wanting to move. Alright, so I guess in this one here is just to protect it from damage, or maybe it's used for tubing for somewhere else. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's a feed tube or something. I'll figure it out later. Okay, next part before spinning around. Let's check what it wants. So that's in there. Shaft's in. Step 5, I want these other shafts, these other rails. Who's into that bloody wrapping? No, I haven't got the patience for this. Let's just do it this way. Yeah. So these are also pre-drilled, and they have differences. So I need to make sure I get in the critter out as well. And which one do I need? This has got a few pre-drillings in it, so I think it's this one I need. Yeah, it's only got 2 at each end, which look very similar. This one here's got a different pre-drill, so it's got a single hole, big hole, small hole, big hole, small hole. Small hole, yeah, this one here. Although it's got a bigger cutout on one side there. I have to watch out for that. There might be a reason for that. So apparently I need to get the one of these assemblies. Is it this one? I don't see a representation of that. It could be that one. Yes, it's that one there. That, just like that. Okay. This motor's around compared to here. It's got a. This shows the connection on the side. But it's actually on the back. So I was kind of looking for that, but it's actually not the right thing. So yeah. So I was talking about bolting these onto there somewhere. But it doesn't go like that. No, this is wrong. What am I looking for here? What am I looking for here? Does it go on the back of there or on the front of there? Maybe it goes on the back of there like that. Maybe it goes like that. Because this is obviously the vertical. Is it? Or something? Must be the vertical. So this must be on the back of that plate there like that. Okay, so I've done the drill through both sides so you can get the Allen key through there. That's a nice touch. Okay, that makes sense. So I want M4x16. Threading into there. I would have preferred them to use those bloody T-slot things actually, rather than what I've done. Oh well. Don't like to thread into aluminium. If you can avoid it. It's not strong. Anyway, so I want 2 of those apparently. Let's try and get these out. 2 of them and 1 more washer. 1 more washer. Come on. Doing anything apart from coming out of the bag. Right. It's going to be a little bit fiddly. Should we get the right Allen key? Yeah, this is a bit awkward. Quite a bit awkward actually. Okay, well, sure, do what we can. Oh dear, come on. Okay, is that one going in? It helps having that cutout on that side for that bolt that's already there. It's the it helps to align it. Some of these things you might find I have to loosen them off later on and tighten them back up again once it's all put together, just to keep the alignment okay. Try and get into it again. Maybe that's how to do it. So because it does have a bit of plane there, see that? So this probably will require some adjustment later on to get it lined up nicely. So I will just touch it up for now, but if I put it on there like that and see if I can get the alignment roughly right to start with, that'd be good. I'll take that shaft out. Set that in there, that should be horizontal. Pretty close. I think that's about it there actually. So I'll tighten it up there. Like I said, I'll probably have to come back and adjust this later on anyway. But for now, I was going to try not to forget to do that. Okay, so that's that bit done. Next, step 6. So on this row, I've got another bracket which I need to find, which I think I saw. So this needs to be put on there too, apparently. With in 4x16s again. Okay. There we go. My phone has gone full. Who knows, nothing weird. Kind of half went off and then stopped. Right. So this has got these shakeproof washers on there. I mean, I actually prefer the star washers rather than these split washers, because these eventually they lose tension and they actually get weaker. So I actually prefer, I'll get it a bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Right, it's these little split washers. So I prefer star washers myself, but hey, that's what it is. Right, so this has to go on with that orientation and there like that. Yeah, that makes sense, that lines up. Did it hold it somewhere? Here we go. So now that you've got both ends on there, I can probably do the alignment on it. That's the wrong hand key. On this one. So I think I'll, yeah, probably can still get to that actually. I'll just give it a slightly more tweak to hold them a bit stiffer. Just try that. Okay, she's going in. That's something. It's kind of going in. Very tight on there. That's good because that's what you want. You don't want you slacking it. Right, so that's kind of aligned now. I might just. Yeah, I might just loosen it off actually and just let it sit down there. Self-align it. The problem is once it's down there I can't actually get to those bolts because it's got to go through the rail. Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean this side's aligned itself anyway. So I'll tighten this one up. I'll get there. Get some see it as well, unfortunately, but it's not easy. So I want to adjust that side as well, but I can't get to those bolts as they are. It's picking up somewhere just there. It's got like a ding. It's going just there. It's got like a lump somewhere. Don't feel anything. Don't feel anything there at all. Just there. The roller's got some little dings on it. Is that there? Maybe that I'm feeling. The roller just here has got a little bit of damage just on the edge. Just feel it. Yeah. Yeah, just there. Maybe when I was putting it on because it's got a hard edge here. Maybe that's what was going on. I mean, I think the alignment's okay. I'm probably just worrying too much about it. Okay. Let's look at the next step. Step 7 is to put a belt on. Oh yay. Let's take this back off again. It didn't say to put it on yet, did it? So the belt is here somewhere. So apparently I've got to attach it onto. Ah, I think I've made a mistake. The carriage should be on it. This. Yes, I should have put this on as well. I wasn't paying attention. I should have fitted this bit on first and then put the end plate on. Okay. Right, let's take this piece back off again. How not to do it. So, which way does this go? Nozzle at the bottom, those there like that, so I think it sits just like so. And based on this one here, that kind of matches. So I think it's all good. Alright, do this again. Not a big deal. Just a minor hiccup, isn't it? Well, that alignment thing, I don't know how critical that was. I can feel it. I mean, because it's under tension all the time, I do think I need to get this alignment done. But it doesn't specify it. How are you going to get that over if the wire's that short? Hold on. Down here. Here we go. So that's upside down. So we'll go that way up for a start. And I guess that'll have to go over the back like that. Drop that back down again. Right, now I'll do that alignment again. Wrong Allen key again. Yeah, 10 minutes. I don't think so. This has taken me nearly an hour so far. Like I said, if you've done it before, then sure. If you've got to figure it out as you go, then maybe not. that's that bit on. So now belts. So belts and then put on the frame, that's what he reckons. Okay. Well, can I do the belts on the frame or is it going to be too awkward? I think it's too awkward. That's fine, I'll do it here. My working space has got a lot smaller. Alright, where do I put the belt? It was here, it's now. Where have I put it? Okay, where is it? It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. It must be underneath it. Oh, I've dropped it. I've dropped it. There we go. Put it on the floor. Get the dust off it. Okay. Back to where we were. So, carriage like so, and I've got to run this around the drive, slot it into there. Okay, simple enough. There's no roll of that end. Shouldn't there be a roll of that end? Am I missing something? There. They're putting on the roller next. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So that's okay. So it's got to go through the slot, I believe. Through there. Which doesn't seem to want to go through there. Am I going to force it through? Yes, I am. It's not good, is it? Okay. Tweezers. Probably isn't in shot, is it? I'm trying to get this in shot, but not much room to work here. Yeah. Okay. So that goes like that, and then I've got to run it through this, like this. Okay. Fine, so it goes around like that and back around and back through this one. That's all good. And try and get it in shot so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so that just runs around like that. So you just leave it like that for the time being until you've got the other bits done. Now it's got to get the slack out of this. So it's all the way bedded down. Right, that's that belt looped around. Then he wants me to put the thing, step 7. Step 8 is over here, which is to put the roller on in. Just here. X-axis passive block. That's what they call it. Okay. It's interesting, it's got this numbering here like K1, but it doesn't say that on there. I'm sure this is the right part. It looks like the right part. I don't believe there's anything else which looks even similar to that, so that's it. So this has to go on which side? Have to go on that side. There's no choice but to go that side. Okay, get those T slots lined up hopefully and get them slotted in there nicely. That's the plan. Now it's spinning around. That's going to be a pain. So I might have to try and spin around in place. Can I? I don't think I can. Right, this is going to be an interesting proposition as to get this aligned and tensioned. Okay, probably have to slide it over the back of it, like that. Get the T-slot in there, come on. I think once you get the right positioning on it, it stays pretty much there. Just getting it in the right position first is a pain. Come on. Get in, stop turning. Yeah, they're both in. Okay. So this needs to be on that roller. Well, wouldn't it have been easier to do that before hooking the belt on? Maybe again the other side might have been easier. Let's try going that way instead then. Some of these bits seem to be like not necessarily planned as well as they could be. So slide it down. That's right down. Oh, we're almost there. Yay! Right, there we go, we're on. So obviously this is a tensioner as well, so you adjust this to take the slack out of it. So that's okay. Alright. So I'm going to pull this a little tight. And otherwise, if you don't have the tension of it, it's going to get imprecision. You won't get consistent movements in both directions. You know, you need to have it so there's no play in it really. Is that okay there? Because if you've got a bit of play, it'll pull okay one way. When you go to pull the other way, it's just got to take the slack out first. So there's a bit more there than I'd like. I would have thought it'd actually have like a little tensioning bolt or something in there, so you can like jack it out to take the tension out. Maybe that's on better ones, I don't know, but see if you want to rub on the side of the slot there. Okay, that's probably right. So I'll try and get some tension in this. Try. Okay, that'll do. Next thing is like to put the thing on there. Right, let's do that. Try and make sure there's no twisting of wires and that sort of stuff as well. And orientation should be which way? So the head is facing towards the front, so it's supposed to be this way around. Cool, that's looking good. Right, next thing. Well, I've got to put that shaft back in and thread that on. Trying to determine what it means by this. It's got a highlight just here as well, but it's already got that fitting on there. I don't understand why it's mentioning that. It's also showing those bolts there, which doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's put this in. I'll take this all the way to the top, almost off again anyway. Looks like it. Well, I suppose I should be tensioning this up for a start. No one's say to tighten it up, but anyway. Obviously you need to tighten it up, otherwise it will slip. Yeah. It's nice and tight already. Okay. Shouldn't be too bad, but just mindful. Maybe they're saying to check those are tight. I don't know. It's just size of those, not those, are they? No, smaller again. Is it this one? Yes, it is. Yeah, they're not tight. Maybe these are for alignment. Actually, do you know what? That looks like it's out of alignment. When this comes down, that is not vertical. Just try and measure it. Gap at the top is about 18.5, 19 mil. Go to the bottom, I'll take it from there. It's about 18. So this has actually got slightly wrong spacing for all the way up here, which is going to try and chew this out and put stress on it. This isn't sitting quite right. Should there be a spacer behind there? There are no spacers. This is, obviously not sitting dead vertical. It's probably just the way this has been pressed. This piece of steel here, because it's formed, it's pressed or bent over, right? And metal pressing isn't dead precise. It's pretty close, but it's not 100% precise. So it could be that bend is in slightly the wrong place, and so that means this hole is also in slightly wrong place. So I'm going to have to consider that aspect. I mean, that is kind of lined up. Right. We'll see how it goes, I suppose. But, I mean, that's right down the bed there. So that's as low as it goes. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be inclined to grease that as well, just to help reduce the friction. it again like this. So there is 17mm, and there 18mm. So when that's right at the bottom, that's trying to push it over by a millimetre. I need a millimetre space on here. Can I adjust these? Can I loosen these off and see if I can get the motor to shift over slightly? There's basically no play in that. That's pretty much it. Well, what I'm wondering now is if I should put some kind of spacer behind that motor to help take that stress off, because to me that's not good enough. Get the bloody encode going. There's a hole there somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. No, it's closer. I think get some improvement out of it. It's about 17.5mm now. That's still 18 up there, so it's a little bit better. If I loosen off those cap screws there and put a little bit of shim behind it, I think that'll do it. I might just be being too fussy, but I don't like to see misalignments like that. It should be dead in line. So it's going to bother me if I don't do it, so I'm going to do it. Come on, get in there. T-slot's wanting to turn. So it doesn't need much in here, it just needs a little bit of shim. What can I use for that? Piece of paper would do fine, to be honest. Let's get a bit of paper and shove it in there. I haven't got any thin bits of steel or anything like that, I think. This is fine, something I can use. So even though I only get, a 1/4 mm closer, it's still going to be closer to being in alignment. So you go, a bit of paper here. So I'm probably being too fussy. People are probably going, oh no, don't worry about that. But, it's just, this is me in my engineering side of things, where I like things to be right. Should be right down the side like that. And let's leave a little bit poking out, so to remind me that I've got a shim in there. I'll get this T-slot spun rack around again. Okay, well hopefully this will help. Yeah, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. A bit of a perfectionist. I can't say perfectionist. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Get my teeth in. Come on, get in there. Can't quite get onto that one. I'm less worried about tightening these up, but now I'm trying to get the vertical alignment because now it's going to be self-aligned with that anyway. Just trying to get something I can get a bit of leverage on this with. I haven't got anything here. Let's just drill this. There we go. Right, so now let's check that measurement. 18 mil. 18 mil. Bang on. Perfect. Right, I'm much happier with that now. Okay, now I've tightened those up. It's got two little red dots here and here, but it's not really overly clear about what it's referring to. I'm guessing it means to put those bits in, but it shows there. Maybe it's just a picture on the drawing. Red and orange there. Red and orange there, yeah, maybe it's just the way it's drawn. Okay, 10. Top bar. So, M5 by 25. M5 by 25. There we go. Four of those, and two of the end cap things which I won't go about just yet. So this will probably have to go underneath there, won't it? Like that. Doesn't show any of the looms at all, which is interesting. Anyway. At least none of these holes already cleared out, so I've already put, well, one of them is anyway. So I already screwed it down the other way, didn't I? Not so good. That's not wanting to go in. Let's just look at this again. Must be a bit swarful in there. Just, again, I don't want to force anything. Forcing stuff like this isn't good. Try to bolt. That's going okay. Must have been a bit of swarf which has now come out. Try it again. Get it lined up. Holes there somewhere. Yeah. Maybe it's a slight alignment issue. It might be slightly twisted, actually. So I might have to loosen those bottom bolts off. Yeah, it's slightly twisted. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I have to loosen those bottom bolts just to allow it to self-align. Not a big deal. Still very tight. Yeah, it's aligned a little bit better now. bit more comfortable going in.
So again, you don't over tighten anything. You just want it to be nipped down. It's a bit of a case of getting used to how it feels. You don't be pulling on this. I mean, you got the full length Allen key, but you don't want to be putting a lot of stress on that. When it starts to give you a decent bit of resistance, but it suddenly changes a lot, then it's when you want to kind of stop. Getting past that point, we're going to strip the threads out and ruin it. Okay. Top piece on, mentions about the end caps. Yeah, I suppose I should stick those on, shouldn't I? Really? Yeah, the end caps kept falling out, so I might have to put some glue on them anyway. So here we go there. I was going to do this as a live stream, but I'm glad I didn't in the end, because it's a slow process. A lot slower than the 10 minutes I reckon it's going to take. Okay. Right. Step 11. Spill holder. Okay. Oh, it must be T-slot things. Oh yeah, okay. Right. No problem. So let's get that and a nut. Goes that way again. Okay. I would have thought it would be going the other way actually, to make sure the nut stays within here so you can tie up against the nut. But okay, I suppose it's less weight on it really. Gravitate, if you look at the leverage of that, the bending moment as is known. Here's closer to the centre. If it's off the other way, it'd actually be a greater bending moment on here, so it makes it stronger. So that's fine, I can understand it. And I need to put the other nut on the other end, obviously to hold the spool, it doesn't slip off. That's fine. I'm guessing I'll just sit over it. Right, happy with that. Mount it on top, so it's the M5x8 set, which would be these. So the fact you're given spare screws for everything is quite nice. What's those M4x18 stuff? I haven't used those yet. Oh, I'm missing something. In fact, there's some screws I haven't used yet at all. I'm sure I'll find out eventually. So where would it recommend having that bloody pipe coming through then? Because you've got to feed through there. Is it supposed to go over the top? I don't think it would do, would it? I mean, if I Try and get it to go down. I don't think this will go right over the top, will it? Yeah, see, that won't go right over the top, so it has to be like that. So this feed is weird. Just this pipe just doesn't seem right. Now, where's it supposed to go? Right one end apparently. Okay then, I can do that. Done. Step 12. Right. This is where things get a little bit unclear. So there's also got connectors I need to put on, which must be labelled, so I need to match those up to where they go. Let's try and find all those. See, now to display things in a way. Anyway, we'll figure it out now then. Right, we've got this and that and this, so I've got a, as you can see, so there's a black cable here and this one here, so that's really long. They've got a lot of slack on these cables. Okay, so we've got this one here, which is Z, which is supposed to go I'm guessing that one there. Yes, trying to get this orientation. I was looking down, so I'm trying to sort of, I thought it was upside down, sorry, that's right. Okay, Z goes there. Put it way up. I'll turn it that way so it kind of holds itself downwards. Okay, that's one. Yay, one. Okay, so that one's already on, which is Y. It's already pre-fitted, and we've got this thing here, which goes somewhere. What else we got? We've got this ribbon here, which goes somewhere. Probably just a controller. There's a little tunnel here coming out. So I'm guessing it's going to be Z. Yes, that's Z. So I need to find E, X and X. There's two X's. Okay. Just need tying up. So that's all on the end of this. X, E, X. Okay, well, it's a different connector, so you can't really screw that up, can you? Right. So this ribbon comes to where exactly? That one there, and the limit switch, which all goes to this assembly over here. I'm surprised this isn't loomed, because it's sort of, this is all loomed, so why isn't this one loomed? Anyway, so we want the, which one's which? X limit switch, X motor. Okay, alright, okay. It's for the X orientation, so the X rail, so it's right inside there. I don't even have to get it back out again. And then the X motor, which is there. So let's do it inside the seat. Okay. So we've got X motor, which will be there. Then we have this one here, which is, double check the E. Yeah, that looks right. Like that. Right. This stuff kind of needs tying up, doesn't it? Somehow. It does come with cable ties. Right, so that's it. That's the extent of the assembly instructions. So this one is tying up to tidy this up to some degree. This something that needs to stay loose though, because this platform's got to move, so that needs to stay loose. So let's try and figure out how I'm going to tie this, just tidy it up. Can I shove that into that rail? That'd be convenient. Not quite. Right. Tie those. Can I tie that one? That's the top. I probably can tie that one. If I tie all those together right there, can't do that one. But is that going to be okay? Yes, that'll work. I think that'll be fine if I tie those right there. Okay. Let's do that. Yep, that's all fine. That's going to get caught around the other way. I'm not happy with that part. When this goes up, let's look at that part of it. Wind it back up again. See, it's starting to catch it. You don't want these wires getting pulled, so I think I'm going to need to do this a little differently. This one really needs to be more to the side. Even this is a bit funny, isn't it? The way that's going. When you get to maximum height, it's going to be interesting. So that's... not happy with that aspect. Let me see if I can do something better with that. Slide this cable tie down this one a little bit further. So I haven't tightened it yet. I know you can't see this, but it's not that interesting to see anyway. Probably skip through it. If I do that with that, maybe better. Now, if that's resting against the side of that plate, right, this plate gets hot. That could melt those wires because these won't have the ability to resist that heat. So that's a little bit interesting as well. I want to cable tie this somewhere, somehow. Just not happy with it hanging around like this. Although you can't see that, probably. So this is just sort of flapping around. I'm not happy with that. I want to sort of secure it somehow. Can't really wrap a cable tie around anything that I can see apart from this. Can I go around the body there? Oh, I probably could, couldn't I? Could go around that, that's not going to matter. One cable tie won't get around, so you have to use two, that's fine. Probably tie that onto it as well. But this connector's got multiple connectors there. It's got 3 connectors. Which one do I plug into? EXP3. Okay. Obviously, this module's used on different units, which is fine, I suppose. But okay, we'll plug that in there. Probably can't see this on camera, can you? Okay. Let's wrap this around here. I can tie both of those cables up at once. Like this. That's alright. These cable ties are really bad quality, all got flash on them. Anyway, never mind. Doesn't matter. Just cable ties are cheap and surprised they've got bad quality ones. Anyway. Oh, I've got that wrong. Yeah, it should be okay, I suppose. Right. What I'll do about these other cables floating around, I'm not happy about those. I don't think it's getting snagged or pulled. If I cable tied it like there, is it going to work or not? Probably not. I do need to kind of do something with this. Even that's pulling slightly. I might have to undo that cable tie there and just bring this over by itself. I think I will. It's also kind of tangled in there too, actually. Maybe I should bring it, untangle it, bring it back round. I'll get this out. It's tugged in there, hope I don't pull the wires off trying to get it out. There we go. Sort of wrap it around the other side of those.
That might be slightly better. Let's tie those together. That little bunch there, that's okay on that. Yeah, that's all cool. That's good. Happy with it. Cable management's always a interesting area. I suppose that's the best way of putting it. This wire's really a little bit short. I'd like them to be slightly longer. Just slightly, you know, just literally a couple more centimetres. So if I do that and tie that onto here, go underneath that, like that. If I tie that on there like that, so at least when it's going up and down it should fold away. Kind of folds away, not perfect, but yeah, it is doing it. Probably take shape naturally anyway. So if I do that, I'll tie that there. To try and keep it all out of the way. Okay, I'll probably look. I think that'll be okay. Right, so I think that is built. That was a lot more than 10 minutes. Hour and 40 minutes. Yeah. Am I just slow maybe? Oh, this is a bent. It's just a housing anyway. Fans. It's being wonky. I don't like being wonky. Let's just see if I can fix that. Okay. Well, that's that done. And there's some screws left over, which is always interesting. But yeah, 4x18s, didn't use them. Don't know where they go. Maybe it's something else. Who knows? So that should strike that switch. It does. Yeah, it all feels nice. I've got these spare bolts as well, which is good too. If you suppose you drop one and lose one, it's a bit of a pain, isn't it? So, cool. I think I should stop recording and I shall look at getting this thing set up and figure out how to use it.
It's got a USB port and an SD card, so I might actually try plugging a USB port in to my computer and see if it will actually work. I might be able to print straight to it, although I think I prefer to go for my SD card, I think. Right, power it up, fingers crossed. Right, we have a screen, we have fans. Now what? I don't know what I'm doing with this. Info screen, prepare, control. Okay. Prepare. What does that do? Main. Auto home. So that is sitting, the nozzle's sitting below the heated bed right now, so I'm not sure that's right. Move axis. With 10mm. Okay. So with the y-axis, 10mm. Okay. X-axis. I know why I can't move. Because this is sitting too low. It's hitting on the nozzle. So I think I need to adjust this home position here so the nozzle will sit on that bed. So let's wind this up a bit, can I? I'll do the home position again and manually adjust it so it doesn't actually go all the way down. It said 32mm and that's what I set it to. I think that might have been wrong. Set it so it's sitting just touching, right? I'll make that the home position and tighten it up there. If I adjust this bed, okay, so heaps to adjust on the bed, so I can bring that up heaps. So that's okay. I'll leave that there. And make sure Do it again. Come on. So home. Okay. So it went down and came back up again to the Agilent switch. Not until it came down onto the switch. Okay. So that home position will actually change depending on where it's sitting. Okay. So that's right on that switch position there. Okay. This is the measurement, because it said 32mm, right? Where does that come out to? If I can get to it. If I can get to it. So 32mm was there. It's nowhere near that. If I go to that edge. I think 32mm based on the bottom of the rail rather than from the bench. It's closer. That would be a lot closer. So what I'm just going to do is going to wind these out a bit. It's got springs on there. They're all compressed right down, which I'm pretty sure is not a good thing. So I'm just going to wind those out a bit. I mean, I'd have to obviously do the bed levelling as well, but for the time being, at least I've got some adjustment range. Okay, so let's just do that there. Let's do this visually to start with. This plate isn't flat. It bends very slightly like that. That could make things interesting, couldn't it? It's touching there. And there's about a 1mm gap. And there it's touching almost. Interesting. Yeah. That way. So I don't want that scraping, it's not supposed to scrape it. Which am I supposed to go? Yeah, that way. So it's scraping. That's not right. That's a long way out there. Long way out. It's right at the bottom of the spring, so I think I need to adjust this some more. I'm still happy with that. This plate it's mounted to must be a bit wonky as well. Alright. Set the height a bit higher up. That way it gives adjustment range on these springs. Okay, so let's do an auto home again. So it has an issue with auto homing. If it's already right down, it will come up a little bit. It doesn't actually quite work right. Anyway, so it's fine. So let's. Is it trying to make the home? Is that pulling? move that now, whereas I moved it easily before. It's almost like it's been held in place. Disable steppers. Okay. I guess they hold it normally. Right, let's wind this up now. I don't know. So yeah, this is not exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting this plate to be dead flat, and it's not. So a bit unimpressed by that aspect. You expect these adjustments to be in about halfway, not all the way at one end. Over compressing the springs, which is not a good thing. So I'm just doing this visually for now to try and get something even. The gap definitely gets bigger in the centre of the plate. The plate is warped slightly that way. Okay. Yeah. We'll go home again. I think that's sitting lower this time. No, it's alright. Don't forget, it's only as accurate as the micro switch. So if the micro switch position varies very slightly, then it's going to do that. So preheats, cool down, move axis. So I don't do that. Did that before, didn't I? Oh, I could try it, couldn't I? Move 10mm Y axis. Looks like it does multiple jumps when I'm turning this. It's not doing 10mm, it's doing 40. Is it? Yeah. Anyway, that's fine. Okay. Actually, maybe I do need to do this. Stick in the middle. That'll do. Okay. Right, well, I think I'm pretty much ready to give it a go. So it comes with a Little foam pad, not quite sure what little foam pad's for, but comes with a little amount of PLA, it looks like, and memory stick with a USB reader. So I'll chuck this on the computer and see what's on there first. And I'm guessing there's some software on it or something. Let's have a look. I'm going to stop recording for now.